First, a reminder that nouns are words that name things, places or people. There are proper nouns that identify specific people or places, for example, Paul, London, Spain, etc. We have also common nouns that identify things that can be concrete or abstract. Table, freedom, road, idea. In French, nouns are either masculine or feminine. Why is it like that? Well, it's because French derives from Latin, so we kept the masculine and feminine from Latin. So in fact, we can say merci to the Romans. Now you might ask, why is it so important to know if a noun is masculine or feminine? Well, it is important because all the words that are linked, if you like, to that noun will match its gender, so masculine and feminine, and its number, so singular and plural. If I take two examples of words, the word jumper and the word skirt, pull is masculine, jupe is feminine. If I need to use an article, let's say the word for a, the indefinite article, I'm going to say un pull for the masculine and une jupe for the feminine. If next I want to describe these clothes and I want to use a color, the color green, un pull vert is going to be the masculine, une jupe verte is going to be the feminine. And if there were more than one, of course, I would add an S. Probably the most common question I've been asked over the years is, how do you know if a noun is masculine or feminine? Well, there's no straightforward answer, but you can say that for people, nouns for males are masculine, l'homme, le père, le garçon, l'oncle, and nouns for females are feminine, la femme, la mère, la fille, la tante. You can also change a noun from masculine into feminine simply by adding an E at the end. So, le cousin, the cousin, will become la cousine. Le voisin, the neighbor, will become la voisine. L'ami will become l'ami. There are also certain roles of professions where the ending shows the masculine or feminine. For example, musicien, musicienne, patron, patronne, vendeur, vendeuse, acteur, actrice, infirmier, infirmière. But how do you know if a noun is masculine or feminine if it's not a person? Well, the first thing, don't panic. It's not the end of the world if you get the gender wrong. I know it's important for sentence formation, but people will always be able to understand you. As a French person, I just know because I've practiced for so long that I know, and this is what will happen to you. It will come with practice. You will know the gender of nouns without realizing that you do. So practice makes perfect. The second thing is to use a dictionary to check the gender of a noun. And the final thing is, if you are learning vocabulary or lists of vocabulary, try to learn the gender too. Try to put the article before le or la or un or une. That really helps. Of course, there are little pointers that can help, and we are going to have a look at them now. This is a guideline and it might help, but in any case, is it set in stone? Because there are a lot of exceptions to this. But as a rule, we can probably say that a lot of masculine nouns have specific endings. So we'll have a look at them, and we'll also have a look at some of the exceptions. So if a word ends with the sound un, lapin, chien, train, it's likely to be masculine. There are exceptions. Faim, hunger, main, hand are actually feminine. The sound O, bateau, chiot. And an exception, radio, which is feminine, la radio. The sound en, enfant, serpent. The sound on, non, salon. But again, there are exceptions, chanson, boisson, leçon. If a word ends with age, like visage, voyage, is likely to be masculine, but the exceptions are page, image, rage, and I think there must be others. If a word ends in al or l, cheval, ciel, ail, travail, écureuil, art, renard, canard, heure, travailleur, et métier. But be careful, there are exceptions, fleur, peur, odeur. Isme, optimisme, oin, témoin, besoin, voir, soir, espoir, ou, coup, hibou. But it's not exactly an exception because there's an extra E, but it's the sound OU. You've got roux and joue. So the sound OU is not always masculine. If a word ends with a T, it's likely to be masculine. Débat, dépôt, but there are exceptions. Nuit, forêt, mort, plupart. And English words are masculine, and it's pretty certain because it's l'Académie Française, which is the council that checks into French language, that have decided that. So any English words coming from English language will be masculine. Now for feminine nouns. Many words ending in E are feminine. That's true, but it's far from being always the case, so I would not take this as a rule of thumb. So let's have a look at some typical feminine endings. We've got ad, ond and onde, salade, viande, légende, en or in, la haine, vitrine. But we've got an example of an exception, which is domaine. Aison and oison, maison, cloison. But be careful, we have the word poison, which is masculine. Words ending in ans and ons, like distance, patience, are usually feminine. Words ending in e, te, it and ite, like durée, vérité, amitié. But we've got this exception, which is the word sit, which means sight. Words ending in s, os, us, hôtesse, brosse. Words ending in et, mouette, dette. Words ending in I, baie, envie, série, but exceptions are incendie, génie. Words ending in is and is, for example, épice, crise, but the exceptions are service, indice. Words ending in I, like taille, famille, grenouille. Words ending in ic, like musique, logique. But watch the exceptions, like moustique. I just thought of another one, plastique. Words ending in ion, like opinion, gestion. But there's plenty of exceptions as well, like avion, champion, etc. Words ending in od, like méthode, habitude, but there are exceptions like exode, code, and words ending in ur, like voiture. I know we were talking about masculine and feminine, but what about the plural? Since we're talking about nouns, we might as well cover some of the issues with the plural in French. As in English, to form the plural, you add an S. So a cat becomes two cats, so un chat becomes deux chats with an S at the end, with a silent S. There are, however, some exceptions, and a main one is words ending in AL. And the AL will change into AUX, pronounced O in the plural. For example, un cheval, one horse, will become deux chevaux, two horses. Other exceptions are words ending in E, O, or OU will add an X instead of the S. So un jeu will become deux jeux because of course the X is silent. Un gâteau will become deux gâteaux, and un bijou will become deux bijoux. And for words like cas, gaz, and choix, when we have these letters in the singular at the end of the word, we do not change anything. We do not add anything or change anything. And one main exception that you should know is l'œil, the eye, will become les yeux in the plural. Let's practice. I've left various bits of information for you, and in a moment I'm going to show you a word in French. I'm going to do it now. You don't know if it's masculine or feminine, and this is what you will need to do. Translate into French. So using the information you have at your disposal, let's have a look at the common noun endings. We've got the word rivage. It ends in age, therefore it's likely to be masculine. If I want to say the with a masculine word, I'm going to say le. Therefore, the shore is le rivage. Let's practice more. The word raison ends in aison, therefore is likely to be feminine. A reason is going to be une raison. Penguin. The penguin. We've got that sound un, that is normally masculine, therefore le pingouin. Journal. We want the newspapers, we want it in the plural. The newspapers, plural. Les journaux. Liberté ends in T, therefore it's likely to be feminine. The answer, la liberté. We need to add the article, the definite article, because unlike English, we cannot omit it. We must always have an article before a noun in French. Amende ends in onde, therefore likely to be feminine. An almond, une amende. Couloir ends in voir, therefore it's likely to be masculine. The corridor is therefore le couloir. Chapeau, this time we want this word in the plural. it ends in EAU, therefore some hats, des chapeaux, with a silent X at the end. Trousse ends in ous, therefore likely to be feminine. A pencil case, une trousse. Fardeau. We've got this sound O, therefore it's likely to be masculine. A burden, un fardeau. Folie ends in I, it's likely to be feminine. Therefore, the madness, la folie. I have used phonics in this lesson, so if you want to find out a bit more, you can watch this lesson and download the summary sheet from my website.